Clean up on aisle 3. How are you doing right now?
I'm doing.
You doing good? So good. All right. Hey, God bless you. This has been the Dialogue Podcast. Welcome to the Dialogue Podcast.
Please.
I'm here with Shaylyn Ford at hotmail.com. Also here with Brandon Moorhan. I'm your host, Greg Ford, and glad to be with you today.
Okay.
By the way, I'm excited because tonight is date night.
It is 5:30.
Tonight is date
Just
night.
a few short hours.
Years ago, we made that a sacred part of our relationship that we said, look, we are going to get a babysitter. We are going to leave. We want our children to see us leave. We want them to think of marriage as something that, hey, what's up with mom and dad that they like each other so much
That they leave us every
that
week.
they bail on us. And you know what?
And go hang out with each other.
Yeah.
Come
and
home, laughing, talking, having a good time.
It's been wonderful,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to it tonight.
What's it like where now your oldest can be the babysitter? Like, was that like freedom?
Well, you got to be careful with that because if you're doing that and you're leaving them as the judge, jury, and executioner, you have to.
I was going to say, as an oldest child of 4, I definitely, experienced that at times. And you don't want to overdo and do that and like parentify your kid to where they're just kind of stuck holding the bag and they don't get to be the sibling. They have to be the mom, or the dad or whatever.
It's a good perspective.
So it's one thing to do it every once in a while. I think it is a good thing every once in a while, like even just from a responsibility standpoint and like them all learning to work together and respect each other and be a team and the whole deal. But so team captain is one thing, but like replacement mom or dad, you don't want to do that.
It's a last resort for us. I mean, we've said everyone's like, hey, could tell you what, we'll do you a solid here, and we actually usually sometimes compensate her for it. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, even when you're 16, 17, and our firstborn is quite mature, but she's still a kid and is her sibling, and so she's not above resorting to sibling tactics that are not necessarily the best parenting tactics.
I may or may not have been in that situation at times as an oldest.
So
because what are you going to do? Like, how you don't have some of the same weapons in your arsenal as your parents have when it comes to like, I can't ground you, I can't, whatever. So what are you going to do? They know that you're not, capable of meting out any kind of repercussions. So they're like, why would I listen to you? It's not good.
Yeah.
But by the way, I told Ella the other day that she should raise her rates. Like, just say, hey, mom, dad, price went up. She said no. She's like, that's not going to work. But I was like, you could try. Like,
I don't
you could
think
ask.
that's not going to fly.
She doesn't have a lot of leverage.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you go to my dad and tell him that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
That's a good question. That isn't
like when somebody asks you, like, how are you doing?
Yes, that is always an interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's such a seemingly innocuous question, like
Sometimes
to
it is
say,
genuinely an
how are you
innocuous
doing,
question,
right? But if you actually, not to get overly philosophical, but if you think about
this
that,
is the space.
Yeah, you think about that question. It's and sometimes it's just a greeting, like what's up, how are you doing, in the salutation. But the reality is, again, a lot of it, how you even answer it, is complicated, right? Because you're like, is this, number one, was this person in my life? Is this somebody who, if I wasn't doing well, I would trust to open up to? What is this context? If we're just kind of passing in the hall, we're both on our way to something, right? This may not be the time to open up whatever can of worms that may be behind the true answer to that question. Mm-hmm. But I also think it's a good question because I know sometimes, like, I may throw it out there a little flippantly as just like acknowledging someone and engaging them. But it's also, even though I may know like right now isn't the time and place, if you're struggling for us to unpack all of that, it is an invitation to say, I'm not doing great. Or, hey, it's mixed right now or whatever, and then to then, you know, to be able to say, hey, let's connect, you know, let me reach out, or, you know, give me a call or something, like some other time. So it's essentially kind of throwing a lifeline out there. But for me personally, sorry, I'm over talking. Do you have a thought on this? Okay. For me personally, I mean, I'm probably, you ask me how I'm doing, most of the time the answer is I'm doing good, or I'm doing fine or whatever. But the reality is like, you have so many buckets in your life. So I've got, you know, just the personal human bucket, like your relationship to yourself, which is your health, your you know, your thoughts, your emotions, you know, all of that, just what it is to be you. So how am I doing? Then it's like, well, then I have a family, which again, that's not just one answer. Like, how's your family? Well, our marriage is good, but our kids are struggling, or one kid's up and two kids are down, or two kids are up and one kid's down. Or, yeah, everybody's really doing great, which may be the right answer. And then it's like career. For me, if you say, how's everything at the church? I mean, that's complicated. You know, the services are going great. Our staff as a whole, I think, is strong, but we have some departments that are struggling to work through things. They have have some interpersonal conflicts, or you know, they're overburdened with work or whatever. Right? We've got, of course, in our thing, we've got, of course, our services that we come together and worship God and serve families and do all that. And then we've got all of our other ministries that sometimes the services are great and the other ministries are struggling to get help or whatever it might be. Then we've got the building project, which, again, there's a million components to that. There's the city, there's the architects, there's the builders, there's you know, internal communications. There's people on our formal team. There's people that are external third-party partners that we're working with, and the neighbors that are, you know, it's like, so what do you mean, how's it going? You know, it's like, this part's going good, that part's not going good. And again, going, how do I work through that? And again, it depends sometimes on the person. Like a lot of times there's people that, you know, they're just letting you know they care, and they're offering to help if there is a way. And there may not be much of a way for them to help, but if anything, I think it's beyond just the sort of surface salutation version of that. It's probably a good invitation for a person to think about all of the moving parts of their life and all the buckets and all the things that are up and down, and go, where do I need some help or support, or do I need any at all, or where could I people that want to, you know, pray for you?
Apologize, my okay. That's why.
How are you doing? How are you doing right now?
I'm doing.
You doing good? So good. All right. Hey, God bless you. This has been the Dialogue Podcast. Clean up on aisle 3. All right. I've had a lot of curveballs thrown at me in the days. I had a fire alarm go off one time in the conclusion of my sermon. One time I was in a podcast and this lady threw a drink.
It wasn't the drink that got thrown. This thing came, I saw it falling and it just was coming off.
Now she's screaming. She's yelling at you.
Yeah. So, Brandon, what would you do if you were me?
In this situation?
Yeah. Just hang tight. No, I need to participate. I probably need to go find a mop.
Realistically, probably should stop recording, but I feel like this is the most engaging moment that we've had in the history of the podcast. So part of me, we should probably help, though.
I'm just glad Shaylyn didn't.
You're welcome to come help.
I'm just glad Shaylyn used her Christian words.
Yeah.
That could have been rough.
The power of being an editor, though, is I could just bleep it in the editing process and no one would know.
Yeah, you could make it sound like I used.
Hey, we can't hear you. You're off mic.
I used to confuse people because when Hudson used to use curse words a lot, our son, who has autism, for those of you that don't know, was watching grown men play Call of Duty, and he picked up some foul language. So he would go in like our kids program where he'd go to school and use pretty terrible words, and people would tell me about it, and I would say, well, he picked that up from his mother. and they didn't know if I was serious or joking.
Tell us what you say at restaurants.
So she said to tell you what I say at restaurants. When we go to restaurants, I always like to try to find a table that's just like out of the way and private. So I tell the hostess that my wife has Tourette's and that she swears really loud, has a mouth like a sailor. And I was like, listen, I'm telling you, the rest of your patrons are going to complain if we have a table like out in the middle of everyone. So if you wouldn't mind, find us something kind of out of the way, and then I'll kind of ask her to keep it down.
Probably pretty effective.
Yeah, no, also they don't know how to respond. Like they don't know if I'm serious or if I'm joking. And but usually we get a pretty good table. Well, guys, really feel like I'm kind of carrying this podcast right now, and I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision. And sometimes, listen, the lesson today is sometimes you got to back up and punt. Sometimes you just got to call it a day and live to fight another day. All that to say, God bless you. If you have areas in your life you need help, know what those are and don't be afraid to ask. God bless you.